so how can we use this? Well, what we can do now is that we have an assembly. We can actually create using the corridor tools and create an alignment that represents maybe a force main. So I'm going to go create an alignment here. I'm going to call this alignment force main. And I have a force main style, and that style just has our, puts everything on our force main layer, which gives it the FM line type, so on and so forth. Go to design codes, turn off all the row design. Since this is not a row design, I'm going to turn off my, I'm going to have no stationing. Let's go ahead and pop that down through here. So after I create my alignment, we're in good shape. You can see it here, it's ready to go. I would use this and just to pick that on the plans, so you actually see the alignment, not, another polyline traced on top of it. I'm going to create a profile for this from basically sampling my existing grade surface. So here's my force main, here's my EG, add that. I'm just going to hit OK. I'm not even going to, create a profile view. There's just no need. Hit OK there. And then I'm going to go create a corridor. I'm going to create a simple corridor, call this pipe, because we would add all our pipes to the same corridor. So as to go ahead and pick my alignment, just hit enter, select force main, enter again, select my surface, and enter one last time. We're going to use that, actually I have a 4-inch pipe diameter here, we'll use that. I'm going to go into my corridor list here, and you can see I have an old one here from practicing this, but just ignore that. This is the one we just created. I'm going to go into properties, go into parameters here, and then you'll see my my corridor. Now, one thing that you want to do here is go into your frequency, and you want to make sure to turn some of these off because it's sampling the existing grade profile. So at profile geometry points, every time there's a tin break, so it's going to do a sample line there. Just crank these all to no, and you can change your frequency here if you'd like. 25 is good for our example here. And then we're going to go to surfaces and create two surfaces. We're going to call pipe bottom or top, sorry. And we're going to go and now see we have those links that we created. So we have the pipe bottom and pipe top links, and also if you go into feature lines, we have pipe bottom, top, and boundary feature lines. We can use the links, go to pipe top, and add that. Create another surface called pipe bottom. We're going to, of course, add the bottom links. We can go into boundaries now, and for each of these, we can add an interactive boundary. That's the pipe boundary, and that's that outer point code that we made. And we do that for both surfaces. And hit OK. And you can see I have I assigned a contour style, so you can see the oval when you look down at this pipe. For that surface, and you can see this is the top of the pipe and this is the bottom. So ultimately we would click on those and change those to no display. I'm going to leave that on just for now, just so you can see the pipe in plan view. Like I said, ultimately you'd come into this surface, hit surface properties, and you tag that off. You don't want to see that in your plans for design. From this point forward, you're ready to go. We have an alignment. Here's this red line sort of representing maybe a storm profile going down the road, and then we have cross sections. Change my view here. Now my view is updated. I'm going to add one thing, and I intentionally made a mistake here just to show you how that sort of works. I'm going to sample those two surfaces now on this profile. This profile is this red line, sort of representing maybe storm pipes going down the road and crossing a bunch of times here. And then, of course, we have some cross sections. In this road example, we're just doing a widening on the north side, maybe adding this force main on the south side. To add these crossings to my storm profile. I'm going to go up here to Profiles, hit Create Profile from Surface. And that is my storm alignment. And here you can see my top and bottom surface. I'm going to hit Add for bottom and Add for top, and I'm just going to change this style to something that turns up as just a red line. Finish ground. Hit OK. And it shows those crossings. Now, you can see they're at grade, which makes sense. If you look in the corridor tools here, or in the corridor model that we generated, we told in the parameters here, it's following my existing grade profile. So you have two choices there. If you're really designing this force main, you can, pull and align it down the center of the force main and throw a design on it. The other option is if we would just want to be offset 4 foot below existing grade or even proposed grade. I'll show you how to do that in just a second. Let's also add it to our cross sections. So we're going to go into our cross sections for this road. Right click on sections, hit sample more sources. Here's our pipe bottom, our pipe top, and here's our pipe bottom. We're going to add those both. Hit OK. Shows up. See that as well. Just for effect, what we're going to do is change our corridor to automatic rebuild. Toggle on that, hit automatic rebuild. And then if I want to have this offset up or down, all I need to do is go to my assembly marker, click the red dot. That will then change this marker down here. It was a square, now it's a diamond, and you can drag this 4 foot down. So I usually turn on my ortho so it drags it straight down, and do 4.5 feet because it's the invert. I want to have 4 foot of cover. 4.5, and that drags it down. And this is the actual where the profile, where the surface is, where the design profile is, which is our existing grade, and then this is where our subassembly is. And if you caught that, you could. As you saw, I drug that down. It did a rebuild. It actually pulled these all down below grade, and same thing here. So why is this useful? Well, it's all dynamic now. It takes, if you're not narrating this and going through it, I can probably do all this in 5 minutes. Once you have all the pipe assemblies generated, you can just drag them into your drawing and create the corridor and just sample away. Now what's really nice about it is I grab this force main, of course, and zoom here so you can see it. You can see the little red dots, and then you can also see the little red dots here. And as I move this force main around, of course, it's going to rebuild that corridor. So we move to the other side of the road, and you'll see, the cross sections update, and of course my profile updates. And it works both ways. Of course, if you change your storm design, it's going to, those dots are going to, the crossings are going to be representative. Some people might look at the dots and say, hey, look, they're not drawn right. That one looks fine. But, this one out here, let's see, example, this one, the oval's not right. Well, I would say they're incorrect. The oval is right. Back in Land Desktop days, the oval was sort of symbolic. Now it's the actual representation of how that pipe crosses. Since it's at a steep angle like that, as you move this around, it will change that representation. So if I go to here and I drag this, you can see that oval is going to get wider because I'm crossing at a more obtuse angle as I 90 degree that up, so it's crossing at perfectly 90. Now you're going to get the nice arc back and forth, or the ellipse shape. All right, well, that is it. If you have questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below in the comment section. Thanks, everybody. Bye.